Hi everyone, welcome back to ChicaGrill. Today what's on the menu is going to be baby back pork ribs that we're going to be making in the smoker. So I'm real excited to tell you about the method that we're going to be using today. 3, 2, 1. What does 3, 2, 1 mean, you might be asking? Well, let me tell you. It's going to be 3 hours of these ribs right in the smoker, 2 hours with these ribs covered in foil, and then 1 hour ribs slathered in sauce in the smoker. 3, 2, 1. So let's get started. The very first thing that we're going to want to do with these baby back ribs is take off that silver skin membrane that's found on the back of the ribs. So I'm going to turn my ribs over here. And the way to do that is to take a butter knife, and we're just going to, in that very first bone, go underneath it with the butter knife, pull up that skin enough that we can take a paper towel and simply pull back on that skin. Oh, it's coming off. Look at that. This is what's going to make those ribs a lot more tender. Just pull it all off. Ugh, get that membrane off. All right, guys. So what we're going to do next is just add some beer, a nice light beer. I'm not much of a beer drinker, but whatever pale beer you have on hand is more than fine. This is just going to add a lot of nice flavor. And I'm going to put it right on the ribs on all sides. Okay, so we want to flip those ribs over. Make sure we're dousing that with the beer. The next thing that we're going to want to do, and here all I used, guys, was about a half a cup. That's it. It doesn't take a lot to impart a nice, beautiful flavor with that beer. Next, we're going to do the rub. So we're going to rub the ribs. And hopefully you caught my video for the rib rub recipe. Okay, so definitely refer back to that on my channel and on the ChicaGrill.com webpage. So what we're going to do is just take the rub, and we're going to slather it on. Okay. I'm going to put it on both sides. You want to evenly coat and distribute that rub. Oh my gosh, and I wish there was smell-o-vision here, because this rub is going to knock your socks off. It smells so amazing. So we just want to really take all of this rub and take liberties with this, guys. Okay, don't be stingy with your rub. We're going to rub it real nice all over. Okay. Coat it, keep turning them over. Look at that. And now comes my absolute favorite part. Get your hands dirty. And if you don't like touching raw meat, so not a big deal. Wear some gloves, okay? So you don't have to touch the meat directly. But here what I'm gonna do is just really gently rub that rub into our meat. Look at these baby backs. They're already getting such a beautiful color. And this is going to be so amazing with the smoker, just to add a beautiful coat on those ribs that we're going to really need, especially when we put the barbecue sauce on. Turn those ribs over. Make sure you get the sides, right? The bone part here. Don't be stingy with that rub. Show those ribs some love. Now, the next thing that we're going to do, guys, is, if you can, try to let this marinate overnight. That's what's going to give these ribs the best flavor before we smoke them on the grill. Otherwise, please try to at least have this marinade for about 2 hours. 1 to 2 hours, at least 2 hours at a minimum. So we're going to stop it right here, let these babies sit, and then we'll come back to getting them in the smoker. All right, guys, so our ribs are done marinating. The very next thing that we want to do, prep the smoker. 3 main things on prepping the smoker. So we're going to set the temperature to 180 degrees. I obviously have an electric smoker, easy peasy. And the second thing that we're going to do is add wood chips. So you can add, I personally like to add fruity wood chips. So you can feel free to add peach wood chips, cherry wood chips, apple wood chips. Today I'm using cherry wood chips. Now there's kind of 2 different schools of thought also on the wood chips, to soak or not to soak. I personally enjoy soaking them because I feel it lends a more bigger smoke factor. And obviously the first 3 hours of that 3, 2, 1 method, we're imparting as much smoke as possible into those ribs. So I have a little wood tray here. I'm going to just take a handful of wood chips, Shake off that excess water, put them right in to my wood chip tray, and close it. All right. Now the third thing that we're gonna do, and this is my secret, don't tell anybody, is we're going to add liquid to our liquid tray. Guys, this is gonna give you that unbelievable fall off the bone texture on these ribs. So what I have here is 1 cup of water and 1 cup of your favorite beer. Any kind of beer that you have on hand is more than fine. So we'll fill that up, and we're gonna put that tray into the smoker. Oh great, I thought I had it unlocked, and it's currently locked. Here we go, guys. And we're just gonna fill it right in. Be careful, might be very hot. This liquid here, guys, is gonna impart such a beautiful flavor on those ribs. Not only that, but it's gonna add moisture to those ribs. Again, for that fall off the bone texture. Amazing. All right, time for the revealing here, guys. What has been marinating for hours here. Look at this beautiful presentation of these ribs here. Now I did cut mine in half, and the main reason that I cut mine in half was so that they could fit easily in the smoker, and I can manipulate them with my tongs when I turn them and I add them. So here we go, guys. Just put them right into the smoker. 3 hours. Okay. Here we go. Look at how beautiful those are. Look at that dry rub on there, and then with the beer, it's going to impart such a wonderful flavor. You want to just spread them out evenly in your smoker. Scoop up some of that extra rub that might be at the bottom of your tray. Again, do not be stingy with that rub. All of this is going to lend beautiful, exquisite flavor. Put those in. Lock your smoker up. And that is it. I can't tell you how simple and easy this is, right? Electric smoker. Now, don't get me wrong. I do enjoy grilling with a regular charcoal grill here. But the thing is that you can maintain you have to maintain that 180 degrees. You have to keep adding the charcoal. You have to constantly attend to the fire, which is fine. I'm all about that when I'm competing for rib competitions. But today, I don't want to waste time there. I want to work on maybe fixing up some side dishes, enjoying a nice little beverage, you know, relaxing. Okay guys, so 3 hours have passed on our 3-2-1 cooking method. Let's move on to that second step. All the second step entails is literally removing the ribs from the smoker, placing them bone side up on our aluminum foil. And you see I already have some aluminum foil pieces cut out here. And then we're going to show those ribs some extra love. We're going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. Remember, I just have 2 racks going in my smoker. About a 1/3 cup of honey, and then a 1/4 cup of ginger ale. Now, with that liquid, make it your own. Use whatever you'd like. If you want to impart beer flavor in those ribs, orange juice, apple juice, again, whatever you'd like. Add about a 1/4 cup. It is so windy. Let's see how this goes. So let's remove our ribs from the smoker here. Oh, look at all that smoky goodness. And let's just take that first rack. I'm going to put them, again, bone side up. And I'm just going to add a little bit of butter. Wow, look at that. A little bit of honey. Oh, yes. And some of that liquid. Here again, remember, I'm using I'm using ginger ale. I almost forgot what I was using, guys. And then we're just going to wrap this up. Okay? Make sure that you wrap this up nice and tight so none of that liquid gets exposed or leaks out. And you're going to continue to do this with the remaining ribs. And all you're going to do, guys, is put it right back into the smoker. Ah, it's so windy! So again, just do that for the remaining ribs, and then seal it up, lock it up. Now you do want your temperature to be at 225 degrees, so don't forget to raise that temperature from the original 180 degrees to 225. Lock it up and let it go for 2 hours. Meet you back here in 2 hours. All right, guys, so 2 hours have passed on our 3-2-1 cooking method. We are down to the final hour. Finally! So what that's going to entail is we're going to remove the ribs from our smoker. We're going to unwrap them from the aluminum foil, and my absolute favorite part, adding the ChicaGrill barbecue sauce. Ding! Yes, this is the bomb stuff. So now, when you slather the ribs, you can put as much sauce as you'd like. Okay, I like them nice and saucy. Doesn't mean that you do or you have to. Put as little or as much barbecue sauce as you want. It's your final product, so you do you. So with that, guys, let's go ahead, open up our smoker, and take out a slab of ribs. Oh my gosh, I wish you could smell what is going on here. Oh, it's amazing. Let me just seal this up. Maintain that temperature always on your smoker. Close that up. Now time for that unveiling. Here we go, guys. Oh, incredible. Look what we have going on here. See this retraction from the meat? And about a 1/4 inch of that bone is exposed. That's exactly what we're going for that fall off the bone texture. Amazing. I totally wish you could smell this right now. All right, guys. So with that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to slather these babies up with ChicaGrill barbecue sauce. The best. I might be a little biased. So just spread it on. All right. Let's not be stingy with that sauce, but again, you put as much or as little as you'd like. Slather those babies up. Turn it over. Here we go. Oh, look at that meat. This is a thing of beauty. I'm sorry. There's nothing better than baby back ribs, smoked or on the grill, however you prefer to make them. Now, once we have them nice and slathered in that barbecue sauce, we're just going to throw them back in the smoker for 1 hour. So we're going to put them in. Oh, incredible here. Come on, boy. Look at that, guys. Beautiful piece of meat right here. Put that back in the smoker for 1 hour. Do the rest with your remaining ribs. Close that up. Keep that temperature at 225. This is going to stay in here for 1 hour. So I'll meet you back here in 1 hour. And guess what I'm going to be doing in that hour? On my charcoal grill, I'm going to be making some grilled Brussels sprouts. Shout out to Alton Brown for that recipe. Make sure you watch that video a little later. All right, guys, so we are down to the last of all of this, the 3-2-1 cooking method. We did 3 hours of cooking directly in that smoke, 2 hours of cooking those ribs right in the foil, and then 1 hour of cooking those ribs with the barbecue sauce right in the smoker. Let's see what our final product is going to look like. Oh, looky here, guys. Look at that. Do you see that nice crust? That's from the rub that we put on these bad boys. Look at how beautiful this piece of meat is. Look at those bones on the bottom. Do you see this? This is already coming off the bones, guys. Look at that. You know what I like to do? Now, you're more than fine serving just like this, but I like to add a little bit more barbecue sauce, just a little bit. But that's me. And I'm just gonna slather it on there. And I'm gonna take it to the grill. And I'm gonna let this cook up about 2 minutes. I really want to caramelize the sauce on these ribs. And that is the secret to the ChicaGrill barbecue sauce. It's to caramelize the ribs. So high heat. This is high heat here, guys. And of course you can do the other side if you so choose. But what your finished product is going to look like, look at that charring. And that was nice and quick, is right here. Look at what feast we have awaiting us. And then I like to just kind of top it off with a little bit of parsley. Gorgeous. Look at this platter, guys. This is a feast. ChicaGrill baby back pork ribs. Boom.